She was very happy and very outgoing. Loved to dance and sing and play sports. She was big into family, enjoyed being with the family.
Anguished family members in Uvalde, Texas, grieving the loss now of at least 19 children and 2 teachers. The entire community now trying to process yesterday's elementary school shooting. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Whitney Ward. And today we begin as we are learning more about what led up to that mass shooting yesterday. At a press conference today, Texas Governor Greg Abbott says the 18-year-old suspect is Salvador Ramos, posted on Facebook before shooting his grandmother and then barged into a 4th grade classroom with an AR-15 assault rifle. The 18-year-old then barricaded himself inside a single classroom, according to officials. They say that gunman had recently moved in with his grandmother. They reportedly got into a fight, and they say that is when he shot her. She is still in critical condition today. Now, we are also learning more about the individual victims who lost their lives yesterday. Authorities say all of the dead and injured were in the same 4th grade classroom. So far, we know 10 confirmed students and 1 teacher as we take a look at all of those individual pictures of the people who lost their lives yesterday. Now, Texas Governor Abbott reacted to the community's loss today.
Evil swept across Uvalde yesterday. Anyone who shoots his grandmother in the face has to have evil in his heart. But it is far more evil for someone to gun down little kids. It is intolerable. And it is unacceptable for us to have in the state anybody who would kill little kids in our schools.
Now, the FBI went door to door talking to neighbors today, and investigators have since revealed the suspect had legally purchased 2 rifles soon after he turned 18. As of right now, they have not confirmed if he had a criminal history. But there were definitely heated words at that same press conference with the governor today when former U.S. Congressman Beto ORourke confronted the governor.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Hey, sit down and don't play this. The shooting is right now, and you are doing nothing.
No, you need to get out of here. This isn't the place to talk this over.
This is totally predictable when you...
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please leave this auditorium. I can't believe you're a sick son of a that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue.
Now, Beto ORourke then stepped outside to address the media, saying that mental health is not the issue here, but instead called for stricter gun control laws. Today, we are also hearing from teachers on that tragedy. Yesterday, KREM 2's Janelle Finch sat down with Deer Park Elementary School principal Renee Bailey, who was also the principal at Freeman High School in 2017 when a student opened fire onto his classmates, killing 1, injuring 3 others, and traumatizing, of course, hundreds more. Bailey says the feeling among staff at her school today was heavy as they thought about the 2 teachers who lost their lives inside Robb Elementary School in Texas yesterday.
Teachers in general are a tribe, and they are just really concerned for one another and their colleagues throughout the country. And they just want to be a support. They want families to know that they love their kids and that their kids are safe. But they're also, I think, a little concerned as well. You know, it just kind of seems like there is no rhyme or reason to this other than just it happens and it shouldn't continue to happen.
Bailey also said part of being a teacher is putting your emotions aside for your students and getting them the resources they need to handle their own emotions following an event like that.
I think most importantly, it's just about being present and being available. And that's what we were today.
And Skyway Elementary teachers and staff did receive an outpouring of love this afternoon from community members and parents in Coeur d'Alene. KREM 2's Cody Proctor is now at a show of support for teachers there tonight. Cody?
Well, Whitney, this is actually quieted down in the last few minutes, but about a half hour ago, as students were being let out of Skyway Elementary here in Coeur d'Alene, they met a group of parents as well as community members, some of them with their own kids, holding up signs showing appreciation for teachers and staff here at this elementary school, especially in light of what has happened in Texas. Now, these signs were made over the last few hours at the church across the street. On them, participants wrote encouraging messages saying, "Thank you, we love you, we appreciate you, and you are heroes." They then stood out in the rain as students were let out. One parent that we ended up speaking to said she wanted to let the teachers here know that they are loved, especially because she had actually tried homeschooling her kids for a bit and realized how hard it is to be a teacher. Now, the group says signs from today's events will be collected and given to the school to be displayed in the front entrance and in the hallways so that the encouragement can continue even well beyond today. Now, in addition, this actually also fell during the school's Kindness Project Week, with students also creating signs saying "Be kind," even putting out signs outside as well as on the fencing. Again, trying to encourage those messages of kindness, and even one group of students working on a sign on the fence that said, "Don't worry, be happy." So a lot of love being shown here this afternoon in Coeur d'Alene. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Cody Proctor, KREM 2 News.
All right, Cody, thank you very much. And schools all across the country today are responding to yesterday's events in Uvalde. Earlier this afternoon, hundreds of students also walked out of Ridgeline High School in solidarity. And that is where we find KREM 2's Janelle Finch, as she is joining us to tell us more about this organized protest. Janelle?
Whitney, just like you said, hundreds of students here at Ridgeline walked out of their classrooms to recognize those hurting and in pain thousands of miles away. For the next 21 minutes, in honor of those 21 victims, students stood outside of Ridgeline in silence. Students told me the walkout was organized through social media. At 1:54 p.m., they left their classes and gathered around the flagpole. The next 21 minutes were completely silent. Some held up signs that read "Ridgeline students for Robb Elementary" and "Silence for Uvalde." One student who helped organize the walkout tells me she wasn't expecting as many people to show up as she did, but it helps show the community they care.
There was a dog pee.
Saren, you said you're going to
It was really amazing to see everyone standing. It just takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people to do something amazing and show our community that we are here, we care about what happens everywhere in Texas, and we want to make sure we're done watching. We want to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Paige Van Buren says when she heard about the school shooting in Uvalde, she was horrified. She immediately thought of her little brother who attends an elementary school a few blocks from Ridgeline. Other students in the walkout say they thought about what it would feel like to go to school and not come home. The bell rang at 2:15 p.m., signaling the end of the school day and the end of the protests. Other students I spoke to told me that they hope that state leaders saw this walkout and will help advocate for change. In Liberty Lake, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
All right, Janelle, thank you very much. And we are continuing to track all of the reaction across the country and across the inland Northwest. For more information on that school shooting in Texas, you can always just go to krem.com. In other top stories tonight, a student at Sunset Elementary School in Airway Heights reportedly brought a gun to school in their backpack on Monday. According to a letter that was sent home to parents, that student had reportedly showed the gun to several other students on the school bus as well as at the individual school. 2 students reportedly then told an adult, and staff were then able to secure the gun. The principal called the incident very serious and unsettling and urged parents to continue to talk to their kids about the importance of, if you see something, say something. Idaho State Police say a child was killed overnight near downtown Coeur d'Alene. ISP says an SUV pulling a small trailer hit the child in an alleyway near 11th Street and Bancroft. It's unclear how old the child was. Police are still investigating. New at 4 tonight, Washington's governor and lieutenant governor both have now tested positive for COVID-19. According to the governor's office, Jay Inslee took a rapid test and is showing very mild symptoms, including a mild cough, but he says otherwise he is feeling well. All right, let's turn now to a look at weather. Let's go outside. Chief meteorologist Jeremy Legoo is joining us now. Actually, it was pretty warm out there, but the question is, did we actually reach our goal of 70 degrees? Okay, well, we don't quite have Jeremy yet. Okay, do we have Jeremy? There he is. Hey, is it 70 degrees?
I'm just waiting outside.
Okay.
Well, guess what, Whitney? We didn't get it.
Really?
No.
How close did we get?
Not even.
Really?
Yeah. Here we sit at 64 degrees right now, and that is as warm as we have been all day long. So didn't happen today. I do still think it happens tomorrow. And it's all this cloud cover that's keeping us a bit cool. And basically the way I'm going to explain this is that a lot of the activity we've seen on the radar is actually kind of making it to the ground in some light sprinkles. We have a very dry boundary layer, and what's happening is a lot of that is drying out as it falls down toward the ground. So as this moves out, we open the door for warmer weather to move in, and by tomorrow, we really start cranking up the heat with southwesterly flow. But then the showers arrive, and those have the potential to be a bit stronger than even what we saw earlier this week. So we're going to keep a close eye on some of those storms. Next 12 hours looks like this, fall down near 50, and then by tomorrow, we do get into the 70s, pretty widespread across the region, not just Spokane, but just about everywhere gets their first 70-degree high of the year.
All right, Jeremy, thank you very much. Well, students at Lewis and Clark High School are speaking up about crime in their parking lots. When we come back, how the school is stepping up to help keep students' property safer.